Hey guys, Editing Rachel here. I just want to preface this week's episode by saying that you might enjoy this one more via YouTube, where you can watch it with a video. And that's because we had some technical difficulties with the audio, thanks to Molly and her faulty SD cards. So, you can thank her for making your ears bleed.
Hey guys, real quick before we jump in, this is Molly here. I just want to say my SD cards were actually fine, and it was probably Rachel who messed them up on her computer. And if you want someone to blame, maybe look at the girl who got them stolen from her wallet in the first place. Right, Katrina? Tell him, Katrina.
Don't bring me into this, guys. I have other more important things to do, and on a completely unrelated note, has anyone seen my banana phone? Asking for a friend.
Well, I haven't seen you guys in the whole weekend. It
Wait,
feels
yes.
like forever.
Okay, we have to tell you, so we were running a little bit late today, and
That's a first.
listen to this. So we were a little tired and a little thirsty, so we stopped at our little corner store inside our complex.
Your little complex.
in my tiny little complex, and we got some drinks. And guess who we saw in line in front of us, taking forever, by the way, which is why we were late. Forever.
Chris Pine, I hope.
Oh my god, no. I wish. You get one more guess.
Crystalia.
Actually, yes.
Wait, really?
No.
Oh, who?
Do you remember when we went to Olive Garden that one time?
No.
Ironically?
No! You saw Brian?
No, it was Dave, I
Dave?
thought.
It
Dave.
was Brian.
I think it's Dave.
The waiter.
The
Dave.
waiter
Yes.
Dave.
Oh my god.
yeah.
Did you say hi?
No.
Guys, I would have said hi.
He was in the middle of a conniption with some old lady.
Never mind.
Who would not get out of the way.
Yeah, so we were like, come on! And I was getting really impatient. And yeah, so I feel like we need to talk about the first time that we met Dave. I mean, obviously, we met him at Olive Garden. We one time went to Olive Garden because we were like, you know what? We haven't had Olive Garden in like 8 fucking years. Let's go.
Salad and breadsticks, baby.
Right, so we went, and this man had the most anxiety and fear of anyone that I've ever met.
Like fear of God in his eyes serving a salad.
Yes, but in such a low-stakes situation. It was like there was someone with a gun to his head the entire time. That was like, if you mess up at all, bam.
Yeah, because when he would like lean over us to like give us soup, he'd be like, I would be so bad if I spilled this on you. He would like literally say stuff like that. We'd be like, Dave,
No, that would be really bad.
Dave, baby, do you need some like tea or something?
You had a drink and he was like, I'm going to lower this very carefully because that'd be really bad if I spilled it on you.
Do you guys remember when you had to go to the bathroom?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Walked you to it, like in kindergarten?
And I was like, Dave, where's the restroom? He's like, I will take you to it. And he's like, right this way, ma'am. And I'm like, I didn't need like a whole production, but okay.
You need an escort.
Do I need a hall pass?
Right. So that was a crazy moment.
Yeah.
And we were saying, like, you cannot write this character. Like, that is some good shit. That's comedy. And the next day I'm on a walk in my complex and I texted our group chat and I was like, you guys, I think Dave lives in our complex.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
And we just forgot our takeout box, and he was anxiously trying to get it back to us. So he was just scouring, like, oh my god.
We forgot those little chocolate mints. He was like, you guys forgot them! And these mints! Yeah, so turns out I haven't seen him since then. This was months ago. Mm-hmm. And then today was the day where we were running late and we were like, oh, Dave! It's always you, Dave! It's always you. So anyway, that was today.
That's funny.
What's up with you? What's up with you?
Well, man, I mean, I had a lot of anxiety this week for some reason, and my brain convinced myself that you guys were mad at me and didn't want to be my friend anymore. I wrote a poem about it in the style of Edgar Allan Poe. I don't know if I'll be reading that today, but anyway.
Please read it. Say it. Say it.
Okay, it's not very good, but...
You're like writing it right now.
I'm like composing, like, that rhymes better.
Tapping at the door.
Need some more metaphors.
Evermore.
The Raven?
Yeah.
Wow. Look at us.
Look
we
at
are...
Scholars.
Found it. The first line is stolen. Once upon a midnight dreary, Moll the Gibson had a query. Are thy friends still mad at me, since no one yet has tried to chat me? Yes, I rhymed me with me, but I was overwhelmed, okay? End scene, hold for applause. Curtain. Encore? Raven flies to my shoulder. I don't have any more. I'm just...
I was like, who is this? I didn't know where the bit started and ended.
First of all,
No, my brain was just all over the place.
amazing poetry.
Thank you.
Amazing. Me and me? Who would have done it?
It's truly Taylor Swift.
It's ballsy.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
It's lyrical genius. Well, so I did have a lot of anxiety. The other night, on Wednesday night, let me just set the scene. My apartment is so bipolar that my roommate's room is right next to mine, and she'll be sweltering hot, and mine will be south of Antarctica temperatures. So cold. And so I was freezing the other night. It was midnight, and I'm gonna go for it. I've never done this before, but I'm gonna get my second duvet out. I go to the closet.
You're fancy.
It's 100 outside.
Oh, I had 4 blankets. I had 2 duvets and 2 throws, and I was shivering, and I put my head under the covers like a turtle, because I was okay.
I like turtles.
And the temperature was 72 in our apartment.
Oh, wow.
My room is just weird. So I go to the closet, the hall closet, and I'm this thought went through my head. I'm I sure hope there's not a spider in here. Ha ha. I get settled in with my 4 blankets. I can barely see over it to the TV. I'm not even joking. Bonnie's, my cat, is next to me, sound asleep. It's almost 1 a.m. and I feel something crawling.
No,
I know, but listen.
No.
I was it has to, it's
She
dark
hates
out.
spiders.
I hate them more than anyone. I'm it has to. Do you want to go, Katrina? Okay, but Bonnie's right next to me. I'm it has to be her tail just flicking because it's so dark I can't see. I'm or it's one of the many covers just touching my arm. And
Sure.
I'm it's fine. And then 5 seconds later, I feel, and I'm
No.
Ah! And I just go, and I just fling whatever's on me, and then I take the whole blanket and throw it on the ground.
Throw it in the
just out of
trash?
You burn it.
pure, yeah. And now I'm just it's 1 a.m. now. I'm sitting up. I'm wide awake. I'm convinced there's a black widow in bed with me somewhere. And I'm now must be a good as time as any to start Vampire Diaries again, I guess, because I can't sleep. And then it's 2 a.m. and I'm I really need to get my retirement accounts in order.
yeah.
This is how my week went.
Is that the night we're all chatting at 2 a.m.
Oh, yes,
on a
it
Wednesday?
was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
good
very
times.
nice.
Sleep deprivation gang.
Yeah, I think I fell asleep at 4 last night, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
3, and then I woke up at 6.
Yeah. Woo! We are. That's the caffeine
That's
here.
healthy.
Well, here's something that's very anxiety inducing. I had a package the other night, delivered, and I also needed to let my dog out. So I walked down our little hill in our complex to get my package at the Amazon hub and simultaneously let my dog pee. So we go down, I get my package, we're coming back up, and we're in a gated complex, lots of concrete, lots of parking lots, pavement, so dog's peeing, sniffing around, and then all of a sudden I look up and I can't do math as far as distance goes, feet. People can be 50 feet. I don't know what it was. Very short distance away from me. There is a mountain lion. Frozen.
Wait,
yes.
This week?
Yeah.
This was 2 nights ago. Frozen.
That's my worst fear. I've told you this.
I know. Staring at me and Ollie.
I can't believe this.
So I literally was oh shit.
In your complex.
Okay, you know
25 feet away from her.
You know
I
where
think,
our
is, the
clubhouse
distance.
is?
Yeah.
That's where I was standing. And it was right there.
It was looking at you?
On the road. It was looking at me.
Oh my god.
paused.
Oh my god. Oh my
And
god.
oh shit, picked up Ollie, was mother birding it crazy, just trying to make him not, I'm sure the mountain lion could smell him no matter what, but I was he's not here, he's my package.
It's an illusion, Michael.
And I had to walk back up the hill to get back to my apartment, but so instead I went through, there was a little car garage parking area, went through there, went up the stairs, and then came out, still had to walk slightly up the hill to get back to my
And
building.
he's watching you this whole time.
Well, so as soon as I picked up Ollie and scurried away, it also scurried away. So I was phew, but still did the thing up the stairs and shit. I get back up to the hill that I still have to climb up a little bit to get to my building, and it is there again, doing the same thing, looking at me, frozen with Ollie. And
Dude,
I was
do you realize how close you were to dying?
oh, I know.
Dude.
I know. I was Ollie, do not bark, do not. Luckily he's
Oh, God,
an
can you
angel baby.
imagine?
Oh, or squirmed out of my arms.
Oh my god.
It was terrifying. And so in that moment, the second time I saw it, there was another guy coming out of the building next to us, and he was walking his dog, which was bigger. And I was like, there's a mountain lion right there. And he was like, oh shit. And then at this point, security guy came down in like a golf cart, and he was like, did you guys see that? Because it had like, well, at this point, the mountain lion ran in between our like two buildings. So like just in some bushes. Mm-hmm. So I was like, what do I do? Like, to finish my thought, security guard was like, did you guys see that? And we were like, yeah. And he goes, that was a big one. And we were like, yeah, it was. It was enormous. Like you could see every muscle and shit. Oh. So we like huddled together to walk like past that area to deliver my dog and I back to my apartment safely. But holy shit, she had already gone to bed. And I was like, Katrina! I was like shaking.
You were trying to be cool about it.
Like Katrina? And I was like, oh, fuck, here we go again. What happened now? And I just like get up and I'm like, you okay? What? I was like, everything's fine, but
yeah. So if my parents are listening to this, that didn't happen, and Rachel's a liar. So
I told my mom, and she was like, how can we prevent this from happening in the future? I was like, oh, I don't know, Mom. She goes,
what other keep out signs for the mountain lions?
She goes, well, there's gotta be some spray or something.
There's bear spray.
That's what I'm saying is like, what the saying is like, once you see a mountain lion, they've seen you for like 20 minutes or whatever.
Oh, that's
so I'm like,
more
our pepper spray would be nothing, I feel like, to them. Like,
oh, yeah.
Even a bear spray, like, those things are just like, you just don't want to come near them. But I can't come to your place anymore for movie nights. I'm sorry.
I realized I was turning in her head while we were saying that story.
Terrifying.
The most terrifying thing, though, is that at all times, like, the study is that there is a spider watching you.
Okay. That was not necessary to say. That's worse than the mountain lion.
I know. That's why I said what's worse is.
Oh, man. Yeah. Creatures.
Yeah,
attacking us. Jeez.
So nobody asked, but my week.
I was about to just ask.
I know. It was funnier this way.
Okay.
My week, I went to the dentist yesterday, and I got...
That's scarier. I'm just gonna say
What's
it.
his name? Quentis?
Quentis the dentist.
Like it's an office quote.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck?
She's the one she offers. Get a load of her. I mean, come on.
I just thought that you pulled that out of nowhere, and I was like, that is the weirdest thing to say ever. Sorry, okay, shoot. You went to the dentist.
I did, and that's the end of the story. No, I went to the dentist, and I was the perfect patient. First of all, my dentist loves me, and so did the assistant. They kept praising me, and I was like, okay, where's like my sucker, or like my toy truck for being a good girl at the dentist, first of all.
Okay, sorry.
Let's go that way. Not what I meant.
Why do I always do this?
There was recently a meme I saw on like that 30AF account that's like, well, when did you stop getting toys for going into the dentist and being like a good, child? And I was like, well, I just went to the dentist and I want a toy. Anyways, so they numbed me and my whole mouth was just like the whole side of my face couldn't move. And I asked, I'm like, I'm going out later. When is this going to wear off? And the lady was like, I think like 7, and at that time it was 4, so I was like, I'm going out later, when's it gonna wear off, because I can't talk, and so she's like, I'm hoping by 7, like, okay, cool, that's when I'm going out, it'll work out perfectly.
Nothing ever does for us.
So it's midnight, and I'm still like, hey guys, like, I've met new people, I'm like, this is not how my face normally is, like, I just have to caveat, like, I don't normally talk like this, and I was trying to eat the tacos that
this was last night.
Oh my god.
And that are at this bar, and I was like, I'm doing really good.
Just like things spilling.
And then like drool would just come out every once in a while. And at one point I was able to start drinking my drink out of a straw again, which is my accomplishment for this week. And I was like, Rachel, look what I just did! But then some of it, kind of dribbled out. But we're hoping nobody saw that. So it still hurts a bit, and so if I can't move half of my face still, that's why. And I literally can't whistle or yesterday I was trying to make that face for like...
Can't whistle either.
I've never been able to.
But I can. I'm an overachiever when it comes to whistling, and I can do that. But yesterday I was like...
What is overachiever whistling?
Yeah, like can you do Andy Griffith theme song?
Yes.
I want to hear that.
I can't right now. But I will do a private show for you later.
Oh,
Rachel.
Don't go by me. I broke a shoelace this morning.
Okay. Okay, so speaking of that, I saw something online the other day, and I was like, okay, I need to get this for the girls.
Oh, yeah! Oh, I totally forgot about this.
So I have a little present.
Yeah!
A present? I didn't
It's
have to
an
go to the dentist.
avocado! Do you know that little... You don't know that? The kid opens a gift on Christmas and it's an avocado.
Oh, maybe.
It's an avocado.
Pass it down.
Oh
Pass
my
it
god.
down.
Oh my god.
exciting.
Oh,
There we
Can we open it?
Yeah, please.
Do you have one too?
I don't.
Okay.
It seemed weird to buy this for myself.
Oh.
Are you sure?
Are you sure? Oh my god!
I can't get over it. This is fabulous. For some context, for the listeners, we just unwrapped. Quiet, you! We just these coffee mugs that have Nick Cage's face with a beautiful flower crown and a flower, almost a scarf. It's just adorning his whole aura, and it says, "You are my national treasure." And that is because Rachel and I are the world's biggest National Treasure fans. Hence all of the soundbite quotes we play that none of you understand, but you will in time.
And that's where we lost the Department of Homeland Security.
So,
Oh my god, I'm literally on the verge of tears. This is so awesome.
cheers.
That's why I thought buying my own cup that says you're my national treasure would be weird.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I probably should wash this first,
Possibly.
but I'm not.
I can put it on.
I just like to throw it. Oh my god. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Katrina.
You're welcome.
For just no reason?
Yeah, I
Oh
saw
my god,
that.
I love this. Okay, Rachel needs a cry break.
Oh god, I'm sorry.
It's the seriousness of his face contrasted with the flowery print and the little flowers. Okay, I have to cut most of this
I'm
out.
so sorry. We get it together.
Please.
Oh my
She's a
god.
goner. So anyway, into the movie.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, if you just want to put your tears, there's a nice mug right there. Just cry right into it.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm so sorry. Oh my god, I just love it so much. Okay, so anyway. I think Rachel cried. I'm a mess. Okay. So this week we're talking about what a girl wants. And clearly I got it. Yeah, so what a girl wants. I'm sweating and crying. Okay,
It's
everything's
serious
fine.
subject matter. One of my favorite Amanda Bynes films.
Oh, iconic.
It's so good and like more heartwarming than I remember, or maybe I've just gotten less dead inside over the years. But I was like touched a little bit.
I was
dead inside over the years. Well, just a skosh. Okay. Yeah.
I
What's
watched
that
this
judgment?
movie.
What's that judgment, Katrina?
I mean, I got more dead inside, so it's just
Yeah.
Maybe you're balancing me out.
maybe. Hey,
You know, what goes up must come down, or something like that.
Yin and yang. I watched this movie a lot. This is in my collection of my go-to airplane movies because it's just so good.
You know how you always have that one cousin who you were close friends with? Maybe this is just a me thing.
Mm-hmm.
But we'd always have sleepovers and we'd always watch the same 3 movies. Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen. Are you good?
Yeah, I just had it here on my mouth.
What a Girl Wants, and probably Choose a Man or whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't know, we might cut this out because it's not interesting, but I just remember my aunt was so funny. They had this big house and we would always go in her mom's room, sit on the floor and watch this movie with a snack. But she would give us a choice and she'd be, because she wanted certain snacks to herself, so she'd be like, okay, you can have a mug full of ice cream or 1 Twizzler. Your choice. Every time we'd be like, ice cream, and then she'd be like, okay, and then she'd be take the Twizzler and go on her other.
Hilarious.
That's strategic as hell.
Yeah,
I'm
smart
impressed.
parenting.
That is. That's amazing.
Good movie.
Yeah, overall, I mean, so it's just like you said, so heartwarming, so iconic, like the fashion, the tropes.
Should we
everything.
do this year in history?
So, okay, What a Girl Wants came out in March of 2003, and to give our listeners a frame of mind, what was happening at this time?
Really good for this podcast is the Lizzie McGuire movie was about to come out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then also America's Next Top Model started gracing the presence
Yes!
of our small screens.
Yes, wow, what an iconic show. 2003, man. I know we said that 2004 was iconic, but...
Get a load of 2003, guys.
And something that Rachel will appreciate is Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix book had just come out.
Wow, that was 2003?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. That doesn't seem... I'm trusting you on that, but that seems like such a long time ago.
Yeah. And then one of my favorites, Charlie's Angels 2, Full Throttle, made its way out.
Ooh, also The Bachelorette.
Ooh.
That was the first time The Bachelorette
Really?
came. Yeah.
Interesting.
These
Yeah.
are old shows. Like
I
America's
know.
Next Top Model, The Bachelorette, from Justin Kelly had just come out, so American
No
Idol
way.
must have just finished their first season.
Yes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Legendary.
Those are all still a thing.
Yeah, which is pretty wild.
Yeah.
And, good for them.
Yeah.
Long-lasting shit. So, some 2003 fashion things. Says 2003 was all about strings and laces. And this just, brought so many things back to me. Jeans that had, lace string,
Laced up,
seams and up the, crotch area instead of a zipper. And all those, really, fringy looking belts were a thing.
Yeah.
Basically just think Christina Aguilera. Everything that she wore was, laced up somehow. And then, crop tops, which, are obviously a thing nowadays. Also hoop earrings, which I guess I'm just really rocking the 2003 fashion at this point.
Mm-hmm. For the listener, she's wearing bell bottoms.
I am.
Your Honor. She's
And a
wearing
crop
bell
top.
And a crop top and hoop earrings. The only thing I'm missing is the lace, but we got that underneath, baby. Just kidding.
She nailed the assignment.
I'm not kidding. That's facts, but Also, some fun things. Robert Downey Jr. thanked Burger King for getting him off drugs in 2003. With a car full of drugs, he had a burger that was so disgusting it made him rethink his life and dump the drugs in the ocean.
That's symbolic.
Wow. That's incredible.
I found that very funny. The $2 bill is still in circulation and last had a printing in 2003.
Mm.
And then Madonna kissed Britney Spears at the VMAs.
And then, just quickly to go over the top 40, 50 Cent in the Club was top of
In
charts.
the club.
I wouldn't know how to sing it.
The thing that's coming to mind is Love in This Club, but that's not
No,
right.
it's the beat that goes dun 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 in the club.
Yeah, okay, got it.
Oh,
It
so
is-
come give me a hug. That one?
Yeah, they did the
Okay.
Super Bowl
Yeah,
last year.
But
Okay.
the one that is more relevant to us is Avril Lavigne, I'm with you.
Oh, yes.
Standing on a bridge.
National weeping anthem.
We can cut out my singing though.
No, we're keeping that in. I don't know why, but that song feels like Twilight to me. Why is that?
No,
It feels like it is. It feels like...
that's because you only seen it once.
I know, but just the tone and the, content of that song feels like someone, probably this exists, on YouTube, made, a mashup of, that song to,
Probably.
a montage of Twilight.
I'm sure that
Oh.
exists in many forms. There's
Yeah.
100 of those.
Probably.
I personally hate those videos so much. Your favorite sitcom characters, and they're in a dramatic, and I'm like, stop.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Stop ruining
No.
the lore.
Yeah.
I had a few fun facts about the movie. Same director, Denny Gordon, as New York Minute.
Oh, really?
Our little twins.
That tracks.
Our favorite twins, yes.
You mean us?
Yes. So this location where they filmed in London, New York City, and Morocco, but the location where Henry withdraws his candidacy, they filmed at the Old Royal Naval College, which is also where Pirates of the Caribbean, Les Mis, and Cinderella were filmed. And I think
Really?
I read that this was the first place to get permission to film there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if you have this. I just have this as a note. This comes in later, but since we're talking about sets and shit, did you notice, or did this come to mind to you when they have that conversation on the stairs towards the end of the movie where it's Amanda Bynes, the mom, and then Henry, they're standing on the stairs, they're about to leave, the two women are about to, Amanda Bynes and mom are about to leave.
Standing on the stairs.
They're about to leave because they're upset. That set looks just like the National Treasure set in National Treasure 2.
Oh.
This one.
It's the wrong place! I'm wrong again!
Oh, we should look that up.
It looked the exact same. So, I don't know. We'll see.
That is, I bet it would. It could be. Another one I thought was very interesting. They had a different poster originally for this.
Really?
And so this is the one we know, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So the original one, instead of her hand in her pocket, was her holding a peace sign. And they changed it because during the time America was at war with Iraq, and they thought, according to Warner Bros., they didn't want anyone to think the artwork was a war protest. Just a peace sign.
Whoa.
Oh, and it was also originally called American Girl, this movie.
That tracks.
I'm glad they didn't do that.
American Girl would just be too parallel to like the American Girl,
Right.
like the brand.
Yeah.
And that would be annoying.
I always find it interesting, like, who lost out on the role to this.
Oh,
I mean, way to put
yeah.
it, but
Yeah.
Alexis Bledel and Jessica Simpson really wanted this role.
Mm.
Okay. I can see Alexis Bledel, but she doesn't have the spunk
No,
that
she's
Amanda
more
Bynes.
serious.
Yeah, she's a
She's
little
very
like somber.
Mousy, yeah.
Yeah. And
I
then
love
Jessica
her.
Simpson. She probably would have been like a cute choice, but again, not the
Yeah.
Definitely not the
skunk.
right, like, outcasty, quirky choice.
right. Oh god, I love Amanda Bynes in this movie. I think this is my favorite movie of hers.
So what's interesting about this movie is that I'm usually like the outsider, and you guys love whatever movie we're watching, and I'm like, it's a movie.
Because we forced you to do this podcast with us.
It's not true, but I bring a different perspective normally.
She is tied to this chair.
There's an armed guard by the door.
Wait. Okay, next scene.
It's okay, stand up.
But I actually really like this movie, and I've always really liked this movie.
Okay, to the point,
Oh my
Molly,
God.
I have to out you on this. She knew every word, not just every word, but every word of every song even
Oh
that played.
My God.
It was incredible.
SML.
I was like, it happened a couple times. I was like, do you just know these songs, or do you know it because you know this movie so well? And she was like, I know this movie so well.
Katrina, what is it about this movie? I have to know.
I think I just really
Besides
liked-
everything, sorry.
No, I really like this version of Amanda Bynes. Like I'm gonna go across the country, or actually the world, by myself, and like just find answers and blah blah. Like very go-gettery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so even when I was 11 at this time, I was like, oh, she's badass. I want to do that kind of stuff. And then she wore like the blazer with the buttons and like the bell bottoms, and I just all of everything about
the black
her
nails
and the boy. And it
And
was
the-
just,
The boy.
it was just all like, no, I want that. Like I want to
Yeah.
be that person. And I never watched like the Amanda show because I didn't have cable. So like this was really like one of those like, holy shit, like she's really cool. I want to be her.
Yes.
And so I watched this movie way too many times.
I love that
Same.
so much.
I mean, I will say that this is such a good, like, character for girls, especially, like, younger girls. I don't know, just her spunkiness and, like,
It's very
marching
much
to the beat of her own
Yeah.
drum.
Yeah.
And I love this movie for that reason.
And she's less, like, over the top than she usually is and stuff in this. She's,
Yeah.
like, actually doing some good work.
Oh, yeah.
It's very grounded and, like...
Yeah.
Also, fun little game. Guess who beat out Oliver James for the role of...
Ian?
Yes, thank you.
Wait, who beat him out?
Like, guess who he beat out. Like, what other actors were trying to get this
Chad
role?
Michael Murray.
It's a good guess, but no.
Do you have a guess? So this was 2003. All that's coming to mind is Frankie Muniz, and I think that's because of Big Fat Liar. I know it's not that.
One more guess.
No.
You don't have any?
All right. Henry Cavill.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa!
They wanted somebody who could sing, who wasn't, they didn't have to dub him in like a Zac Efron
And
style.
he can.
Yeah, that was all him singing.
No, I meant Henry can sing.
No, I mean they got Oliver.
Oh, that's
partially
why. Okay.
because
got
he
it.
could sing.
He's so
Actually, it was
dreamy.
really good. More than I remember, like the singing.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Everything was good.
Yeah.
Everything about this. Well, there are a couple flaws.
There's some flaws.
There were a couple scenes. I don't know if you noticed. There were a couple like close-up scenes where she was out of focus. I was like, what? Why did they choose this take?
There was also
Bizarre.
a lot of weird like cues that like weren't right. Like someone would say a line and then like not give a pause and immediately be like,
Yes.
So, do you have time to talk about it? It's your party. You can do whatever I want. Oh, you know what? I don't want to hear it. It's just like, that's not how real conversations go.
Specifically there was one where Henry's dad was like, Ian's here to see you, and it quickly jumps to, don't let him in, I'm not even cute yet.
Yeah.
And you're like, that was
no pause.
really fast.
Yeah.
But, pacing.
Yeah, they probably cut it down for time because it was already 1:45, I think.
Yeah. It's just like small things that I noticed now.
All
Not as
those
a
small
child.
things, Blink-182.
Yes.
A note that keeps coming back for me, another child actor playing the child version of herself who looks nothing like Amanda. She was blonde.
Yes.
At least get the hair color right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, was that not a priority back then?
I don't know.
I'd like to
It's
rate
probably-
somebody about this.
It's probably somebody's kid.
Probably. It's
Yeah.
probably like the director's
Stick 'em
kid.
there.
Right.
Yeah.
One thing that I thought just was horrible was my worst nightmare is the hostel that she gets to at the beginning, and everyone is in the common room just like hanging out.
Oh.
And
That felt weird.
It was weird. And they all shared a bathroom, and they all just like, they were just all very communal, and that's my worst nightmare.
I think I would rather go homeless than do a hostel situation.
Yes.
I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, especially here when they have tents and washing machines.
Yeah, it's like more roomy, honestly.
Yeah. So something, I mean, this movie is the culmination of so many other movies during this sort of time period. For one, I wrote this down. I was like, this beginning is such a culmination of Spy Kids and Cinderella Story with like the
I thought
tropey
that too.
birthday wish, wishing for like the parent to find, a spouse.
Yeah.
And then it kind of going wrong or never getting the wish, like Cinderella Story. And then the bedtime story. This movie, Cinderella Story, and Spy Kids all had this like bedtime story that was kind of a, what am I trying to say? Like a metaphor. So in Spy Kids, it was the mom talking about, the metaphor of their marriage and the parents. And then in Cinderella Story, it's about the college, Princeton. And then in this one, it was about the parents as well, their love story. It's like, wow.
And they have like an elaborate like elopement or wedding. Like
Yes.
on an elephant in India or whatever they were.
Yes, yeah, a camel or whatever.
Yeah.
Another trope that all three movies have is an animal sculpture. Whether
Yes, that was the next thing. At another wedding. So just like Spy Kids, remember how we were joking about the ice swan, where it's like, oh yeah, I too punch the ice swan when I get angry. She, at the wedding that she's working at as a waitress at Bynes, there's a swan ice sculpture again. And she takes the beak off to like wake up a drunk guy, which I'm like, why are you doing this in the first place? Leave him be. Like, this is not your job.
Yeah.
But like, I just found that, I was like, is that the same prop they used for Spy Kids? Because
I
could be.
literally wrote down, we need more animal sculptures in our lives for important life moments.
Yes, specifically ice sculptures.
Yes, so
And
we
they-
can easily cut them.
Yes.
It made me think of like, I couldn't think of a single movie. No, I didn't think that hard. But
Caveat.
I was trying to think, I was like, are any of these movies on our list, do they have a normal mom and dad situation, or is a big plot point, oh, my dad doesn't love me, like,
Oh.
not that I'm knocking it, but it seems like it was like every single like Lindsay movie, every single Amanda movie.
Oh yeah,
It was
even
like-
Princess Diaries, no
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, but every
Yeah.
Disney movie is like that too. I think it's just something
It's
that
true.
kids can relate to because it's not
Yeah, that's true.
romancy or something.
Yeah.
That's true. I just have to say the amount of times I have in my notes, oh my god, I love Colin Firth, is really
Yeah.
astronomical. I love him. He's so good. He's so good. He's such a good actor. I love him. That's all.
The red convertible that they drove up in looked like the one that Riley Poole had. I think the National Treasure. Sitting on a lousy 1%. Half of a percent, actually. Also, I noticed the title screen that was introducing the fashion show that they go to
Yes.
looked just like the Princess Diaries title
Yes.
screen.
Yes, it
The
did.
same font. It was in a blue sky, same yellow font.
Here's
Yep.
something that I want to ask you, Molly.
Okay.
Did you
Fuck me, I guess. I'll take a backseat.
Well, you and I have already stated this out loud.
Oh.
Did you know that it was supposed to be the real royal family as part of the movie?
In the fashion show, the people that she falls into off the runway, she falls into Prince Charles's lap, right next to
And William and Harry
yes.
are there as well.
Yes.
Wait, I did hear that the stepsister say something about like Harry, so I did catch that, but I didn't know that they were at the fashion show.
Yeah,
Yes.
because then in the credits there's people who are them.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of the royal family and all that, I really felt like there were a lot of parallels with Amanda Bynes' character in Princess Diana. Like the whole kind of rebellious, outsider in a castle that's like, prestigious and shit. Specifically, there's one shot of her like jamming out with like a Walkman. And that's like a really iconic Princess Diana thing where she would rollerblade around like the palace with a Walkman. So I just found like that there were some parallels there.
This movie is based off of a story like The Perfect Debutante.
Yeah,
or something.
it was a play.
Yeah. So maybe there was...
I wonder when that was made. Like, I wonder if that was...
40s or something? I looked it up yesterday.
Okay.
It was very old, though.
Interesting.
I saw another instance of someone being forced to pretend they can play guitar when her mom was doing the wedding. Heaven is a place on earth. My fingers haven't changed once this whole freaking song. I was like, just try, just pretend, just
right.
move. Like, they're not scripty there to just say, move your fingers, babe. Just move.
Yeah.
Like, it just looks so bad.
Or sorry to, like, you know, rag on her, but, like, take one guitar class just for fun. Just so you know, like, some chords.
And, like, you never know if they were, like, the day of, they're like, hey, can you do this? And
that's true.
Before I, like...
YouTube. Oh, well, I guess YouTube wasn't the thing in 2003. But,
hey, speaking of that, I realized how, infantile the internet was at this point, because I remember watching this for one of the first times, and I didn't know what jet lag was, because I was, again, 11. And I didn't know, like, the hypocrisy of it all meant. And so I remember trying to, like, figure out what those words meant, because I really liked the movie, and I wanted to be able to quote it. And the internet was just not populated enough. Like, people didn't have those answers, and you can just Google it. I mean, you could. Like, the internet did exist, but it didn't have, like, everything you were looking for at the, like, tip of your fingers. So I thought that was really interesting.
Just the tip.
Like, you could ask Jeeves, but he might not necessarily know.
No, Jeeves was like, I got nothing for you.
Yeah, Jeeves was also a child.
But would you like
Jeeves is pulling from Google. He's like, a lot of Princess Diaries parallels with this. This one is in a lot of movies, but, like, the quirky pair of twins who, like, speak in unison.
Yeah. Aaron.
Peach and Pat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And also the late night snack scene, sorry if I'm jumping ahead, where they're getting cereal, it was just like the Princess Diaries 2 Royal Engagement starring Chris Pine.
Yes.
Scene in the middle of the night.
It was.
I'm like, that could have damn well been filmed in the same, like...
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to do, like, a side-by-side, just to see, like, how perfect those two are together, because I noticed the same thing. Yeah, they stole a lot of things, but, I mean, they stole all the good parts of so many movies, and I'm not even mad about it. Same thing with, like, Parent Trap. You know, oh no, finding the dad, and then the dad's engaged to this awful woman, and we have to break up the engagement, so to speak. I mean, that's not her goal, but, like, you know, she's not happy about it. She's ideally, she wants her mom and dad together, so that's very Parent Trappy.
Yeah. And then this one is one of my favorites in terms of the trying on clothes montages.
Yes!
It had not one, but two wonderful montages. One with Ian, his name? And one with her dad.
Wait.
There's one
when
with Ian?
When he cheers her up. Yeah, there's a short one with Ian.
Yes. Yeah. I can't remember where that falls in the movie, but yeah.
Yeah.
So we need a little cheering up. Hold a little.
Yeah.
Hold a little.
Okay, I'm kind of skipping, this is not related, but basically this is when Amanda Bynes, Daphne, which never, that's her name, right? Mm-hmm. That just never worked for me. I never think of her as a Daphne. Anyway, so she's like come to meet her dad, and then this is the point where the fiance and the daughter Clarissa are all pissed, and Clarissa goes, maybe someone should have put a cork in it 17 years ago. And she also said, it seems like you had a better time in Morocco than you let on.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you weren't even born yet. Mind your own damn business. Also, girl, how do you even know this story? It would make sense if the fiance knew and she was pissed, but for Clarissa to be giving Henry, like, sass, I'm just like, fuck off. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, she was just a bitch.
Yeah.
And, like, overly, though, like...
And speaking of them, I did not learn the fiance's name until 20 minutes left in the movie. Do you know what it is?
Oh.
I wrote it down because I can never remember it.
No.
Glynis!
Glynis?
Yes. That's not a name!
I don't remember hearing the name once in the whole movie.
It's only when she is taking Amanda Bynes out of her, like, her own party at the very end. She's like, Glynis! Because she's trapped in the cupboard or whatever the fuck it is. The room, I don't know. The cupboard under the stairs.
Yeah.
No, I was like, Glynis? Who's that? Katrina was like, that's the fiance. That's the fiance. Yeah.
Glynis. That's classic Glynis for you.
Clarissa and Glynis Payne. Those are their names.
Also, one of the hit-ons that, like, the skeezy guy said to Amanda Bynes, or said about Amanda Bynes was... She can dump her tea in my harbor any day.
Yes. The writers were like, how British can we make a pickup line?
No, I bet one of those writers woke up at like 3 a.m. and was like, oh my god! And like, I wrote it down and was like, I can't wait to get to work tomorrow. Guys, guess what I wrote? It's like an epiphany.
Do you clear your schedules today?
Because she's American, but we're British.
Awful. He also said, yummy.
Oh my god, me and my cousin will quote that all the time. So funny. Like it was funny because he was so over the top, but she was pretty grounded for most of this movie.
Yeah.
And then Ian falls somewhere in the middle. He's usually grounded, but there was lines where I can't think of one, but he's like, you need to learn to be yourself, or like,
You're trying so hard to fit in when you're born to stand out.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, he's really good. I mean, he did what he could with that line. I feel.
Exactly. He's very lovable.
He is, and he's in Raise Your Voice too. Did you?
Oh yeah. I was actually meant to look up. I want to know what he's doing now.
He's nothing.
Nothing.
Course.
Sad.
Never
We
mind.
loved those 2 movies, and then it was over.
There was a lot of Michelle Branch and Ashley Simpson bangers in this movie. I
Yeah.
was very happy to hear.
Oh, I didn't even know who sang them. I just know all of the words.
Yeah.
Really?
We know, Katrina.
Yeah, don't worry. We got you covered.
Oh man.
For the one, like, realistic comment I have about this movie, though, if those two, like the mother and father, would have just had, you know, simple conversation 17 years earlier instead of someone being their middleman, and apparently they were married and in love, but were like, oh, I'm not going to talk to you about this, it would have saved 17 years of heartache on all of their ends.
Yeah.
But also, plot hole. Okay, she shows up to the castle,
Right.
and she's like, surprise, you have a daughter. And he's like, what? Good heavens. He's like, how could you not tell me I had a daughter? And at the end of the movie, she's like, I've been waiting my whole life for you to find me. And I'm like, he didn't know you existed.
Yeah, Amanda Bynes.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Like, so like, they set it up wrong. Am I wrong? Am I missing something?
I think she was just, like, wishing that her dad would find her.
But the line was saying something, it was as if she, like, was being abandoned by him. She's like, I've been waiting for you this whole time. And I'm like, no, he didn't even know about you.
Right. But that's because she was, like, wishing for him on her birthday every year and was just like, I really want my dad to come find me.
Yeah.
I'm like, he didn't know about you, bro. But you know what?
Gross.
A postcard. Just, send one.
Right.
Postcard, here's your daughter. Surprise.
Just send him like an AIM chat. That's it. Right for the time, right?
I don't
Not
know.
yet?
Is that around?
I
don't
it
know.
was. Yes,
It was?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay, so I discovered something. I've seen this movie so many times. I thought I knew it all. But turns out I had something very wrong. I thought, so you know the Glynis, her daddy, his like advisor or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this entire time that was his dad, and she was just like really gross and would call him daddy as well. Ew. But it was her dad.
Yeah.
So it was like a set up thing. So the dad sent Libby, the mom, away, basically with the intention of getting his daughter to be with Henry. I never put that together.
Yeah,
Did
the
you?
advisor sent, not the dad. Well,
Yeah.
the advisor.
We can cut that out, but I was just like, oh, I fucked this up entirely.
For every movie, I think we all have one of those. We're like, well, I missed big on that one.
Yeah.
My favorite line of this whole movie was, take your hands off my daughter. You won't get a scene. You'll get a whole Broadway musical.
Yes! So
I was like, good. Let's do it.
Also, she's waiting for a daddy-daughter dance her entire life. And it is her party, and they start the daddy-daughter dance when she is nowhere to be found. Like, maybe just pause and hold up and see if she's, in the bathroom or being trapped in a closet
it's
somewhere.
her party.
Yeah.
That's like starting the first dance at a wedding without the bride.
Oh,
That's
catch up.
bizarre. I just have to say a couple fashion things. She is the queen of like the low-rise mid-drip 90s look. Queen of that.
And a skin-tight, like, top with it.
Yes, like
Mhm.
her runway moment with her like just like white cami.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yes,
Yeah.
classic.
No one else pulls it off quite like her.
No,
Her and Lindsay are really, like, they have, like,
a chokehold on 2000s fashion. Really,
Mhm.
I would say.
I did love her backwards little newsboy's cap in
Oh,
one of
yeah.
her outfits.
Yeah,
So
just some,
cute.
and I really I feel like they did do a good job of kind of like putting in little hints of like British things. Like I feel like that was like a little sign that she was like,
Mhm.
she belonged there somehow, even though the rest of her was like so American.
I like the tropes of Americans being, like, terrible people, though. It was like, she's just an American teenager, and, like, she can't be handled, or, like, she's, like, goofy and does whatever she wants, and at that very end, when the bad guy is giving the tours at the end of like Big Ben, and he's just for those of you from America, it is not the chain of a large French fry restaurant or something, and it's very like,
dissing.
Yeah.
It's just a teenage dirtbag baby.
Yes. Oh, but in the best way. So, final thoughts. 10 out of 10, I would say, for What a Girl Wants.
I want to give it, a 10 out of 10 has high regard for me. I'm going to say 9 out of 10 for this one.
Really?
Yeah.
What prevents you from giving it a 10?
Because
it's not National Treasure.
Yeah, I was literally going to say it's not in line with National Treasure or Princess Diaries for me.
It is for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. It's like a notch.
Those three, I feel like, are equal.
I mean, from a nostalgia childhood perspective, it's a 10 out of 10. Going back and rewatching it, I was like, some cringy technical moments, and not even technical, just like, no one would do that. Like, none of this is accurate. So I'm gonna
look at every movie.
And it was more like the pacing and like how people talk to each other, like things that are very fixable, not like the whole plot line of like going across the world to find your dad, but like
Oh, one moment, I was actually thinking about this in the shower this morning. Her little monologue that she has to Clarissa, where she's like, You're Miss Nitpicky and I'm go with the flow. So why on earth would you think that we have the same taste in men or whatever?
Yeah.
It is? Oh, that monologue is so good. I just loved it. Again, it's one of those examples where it's like no one would talk like that. Kind of like the monologue at the end of Cinderella Story too.
Yeah.
But it's just so good, like cheesy goodness that I'm just like, I forget it.
And also at the end she goes, bye. Which I
to sign off.
Which I feel like we do now a lot. And like I'm gonna say boldly that she invented that. Bye.
How does it end?
She's like, I didn't go to NYU, but before you get too sad, I did get into Oxford, like father, like daughter. And so I lived happily ever after. Just kidding. For now, I'm only a teenager. Bye.
That's right.
Oh, she's there too?
I don't know.
Oh.
That they're like, it's like zooming out and they're having lunch on the terrace or something, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I love this movie. I will watch it every day if I have to.
You gotta do what you gotta do. If I have to, I will do it.
No, I should just say it. I will watch it.
Lives
every
are
day.
at stake. You have to do it.
I will watch it. I will watch it every day, willingly, wholeheartedly.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
Okay.
I watch Princess Diaries every day.
That too. Honestly, if I could just rotate, like, Princess Diaries, What a Girl Wants, National Treasure 1 and 2. Oh, well, Princess Diaries. Okay, so Monday, Princess Diaries. Tuesday, Princess Diaries 2. Wednesday, What a Girl Wants. Thursday, National Treasure 1. Friday, National Treasure 2. And then it gives me the weekend to pick and choose.
Between those 5.
Yeah, which one I'm gonna watch again.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Okay, so, you guys, it's about that time. It's time for confessions and obsessions.
I forgot about that.
Ladies and gentlemen, get down. Say it.
My obsession this week is the new Weezer Autumn album. It is so good. It makes me forget that the Spring Massacre ever happened. Because that album was not great, and I love everything that they do.
Nice. Do you have a favorite song?
Huh?
We just talked at the same time. Do you have a favorite song?
They're all, like, you know when, like, you have, like, 2 or 3 on an album, and they're like, oh, man, there's a lot of those. And there's a lot. There may be 20 songs or so.
Wow.
But I would say there's at least 5 or 6 that I'm like, it's going on my, like, main playlist.
Wow, I'll have to check it out.
I didn't even know they had a new album that came out.
They're doing one for each season, I believe.
Wow.
Really
so
good.
some might call it the 4 Seasons.
They
Weezer.
play it exclusively at the Four Seasons Hotel.
Weezer edition.
Weasel. I really love Weasel.
The Weezer 4 Seasons. Okay, so my recent obsession is Desert 5. It's a really fun country, like they play 90s country music pretty much only, and it's just a really good vibe. It's a rooftop bar in like West Hollywood area.
Well, I'm gonna zig when you thought I was gonna zag.
Oh no.
Mine is personal instant mashed potatoes. I found these at the store the other day, and literally I had to stop in my tracks in the aisle because I did not know these existed, and I should have grabbed more, and I just grabbed one like a rookie, and so I have them, and I'm like, this can't. I love mashed potatoes. My second favorite food after popcorn. And I literally was I couldn't wait till I got home to, rip it off and have some mashed potatoes.
So she went to a 7-Eleven, asked to use their microwave. I'm just joking.
I couldn't wait the 10 minutes to get home. I had it now. No, so I was so excited, and it's me. So when I went to make it, it looked super watery, and I was like, I'm going to be disappointed because this doesn't look right. The consistency is all off. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. So I put it in the microwave, and I pressed 90 seconds, and I was just praying that it turned out decent. And it comes out, and it is. You have to add a little salt to it, but it's worth it. And so for the last 5 dinners, I've made a side of personalized instant mashed potatoes in the perfect quantity for one person.
I love that.
Is that the point in the night where Rachel comes out of her room and you're just softly weeping and you're like, what now?
I'm like, a lion?
You're over a mug and you're over mashed potatoes.
Yeah, that's a common occurrence in our apartment. We're just weeping over potatoes. And
one of us is always either crying or having some sort of conniption. Or we're drunk.
Or drinking, I was going to say.
Thanks, guys, so much for listening. Go ahead and follow us on Instagram at Millennial Drama Queen Pod, and please rate and subscribe wherever you're listening.
This podcast is brought to you by Mastermynd Media.